Hey guys, welcome to the Whiteboard Crypto series, where I explain topics of the cryptocurrency world using analogies, stories, and examples so that even your grandpa could understand them. In this episode, I'm going to explain what crypto is and how it works. Let's dig in. Crypto, short for cryptocurrency, is a digital or virtual currency that uses cryptography for security. It's basically like the combination of digital and currency. The main types of crypto are cryptocurrencies and tokens. A cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that uses cryptography for security and can be used as a medium of exchange. Cryptocurrencies are generally decentralized, which means they're not subject to government or financial institution control. Examples of cryptocurrencies include Bitcoin, Ethereum. A token is a digital asset that is stored on a blockchain and can represent a variety of things including crypto, but also other assets like real estate or even a digital artwork. So now that we know what crypto is, how does it work? To answer that question, I'm going to use an example of a famous pizza restaurant. If you're a fan of the show Friends, remember the famous scene where Monica got $100 from Chandler, but then lost it all, playing poker with Joey and Richard. In order to keep track of who owes who money, they wrote down the debt on a piece of paper. This is similar to how transactions were recorded in the early days of crypto, but instead of a piece of paper, all transactions are recorded on a public distributed ledger called a blockchain. And instead of dollars, crypto is used. A blockchain is basically like a Google spreadsheet that records all transactions across the entire network. Anyone can view the transactions, but no one can change them once they've been recorded. This makes the record of transactions transparent and tamper-evident. So how does this relate to our pizza example? Well, let's say there are only 3 people, Monica, Chandler, and Joey, who have the means to buy pizzas. Each person has their own special pizza coin. When Monica buys a pizza from Chandler, she pays him with her pizza coin. Then Chandler gives Monica a receipt with the details of the transaction, including how many pizza coins he received. This receipt is basically like a digital signature saying that Monica owes Chandler 1 pizza coin. But what happens if Monica wants to buy another pizza from Chandler? Should you and Chandler just take the receipt from the first transaction and pay it to Monica instead of giving her another receipt? Well, actually, he can't because the receipt isn't worth anything. It's not a real pizza coin. He'd have to go back to Monica and ask her to pay him with a real pizza coin. Now you might be thinking, why don't they just use normal dollars instead of these fake pizza coins? Well, because this is crypto, everything is done with code. So instead of dollars, we use crypto. And instead of a receipt, we use something called a hash. A hash is a unique string of characters that represents a transaction. Once a hash has been created, it can never be changed. This means that if Monica wants to buy another pizza from Chandler, she'll have to pay him with real crypto. The old hash won't do anything. So how does this relate to Bitcoin? Well, in the world of Bitcoin, there are only 21 million coins that will ever exist. And every time someone buys something with Bitcoin, the entire network of computers that keeps track of all the transactions gets a copy of the transaction. This means that everyone can see all the transactions that are happening. This also means that no one can fake a transaction, because all the computers on the network will reject it. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, don't worry. We're going to go over this again and again in future episodes. But before we end this episode, I want to talk about mining. Mining is the process of verifying and adding new transactions to the blockchain. Miners are people who use their computers to verify transactions and add them to the blockchain. They're paid in Bitcoin for their work. That's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, does anyone watching still have $100?